Hi beautiful weirdos, Charlotte here, welcome back to Pretty Scary. Please excuse the fact that I look like shit. I'm working hard this week, all for you. I'm filming one of my 100 Days of Horror and it's the first one in the series, which is 1910. Film that's almost 100 years old. No, over 100 years old, sorry. Film that's over 100 years old. And it's Frankenstein, or rather Frankenstein's monster to be precise and exact and correct. So, hope you like it, and yes. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the big red subscribe button below. All you have to do is click on it and you're subscribed and you'll get notified every time I put a video up, which is every day at the moment. Forgotten something. Oh yes, Edward. I've actually forgotten to hide Edward today. Edward, for those of you who don't know, is my misshapen bear who will be appearing in every single video in a different Halloween costume. So I want you to comment down below where Edward is, if you do spot him, and what costume he's wearing. And I'm just going to pause the video and hide him somewhere because I forgot him. Sorry, Edward. Right, now that I have cunningly hidden Edward somewhere in his Halloween costume for the day, I am going to make a start and stick on my 90s music. Take a natural sponge, dampen it and dip it in some grey water-based face paint and just stipple that haphazardly and blotchily all over your face. Then take some white water-based face paint and a synthetic sponge and start stippling that over the top of the grey. I just want to say this technique that you've seen me use quite a few times where I put a dark colour on and then I stick a light colour over the top. It just gives a slightly more professional effect because it gives a little bit more depth to the look. It's very quick and easy, but it just stops the look looking flat. It kind of gives that translucency that real skin would have, even if your skin is not a real shade at all, like now. And like I said, just stops it looking one-dimensional, gives it a lot more depth and just adds something to the effect. So, yeah. Now onto those stunning eyebrows. Take a black kohl eyeliner and just draw the shape in, check your reference, and then just kind of fill them in a little bit with the black pencil. Just kind of colour them, thicken them, if you will. Then taking a dense brush, just smudge that so you've got a kind of a smudgy line of colour. And then you want to take some black liquid liner, decant a little on the back of your hand, and then take a fine artist brush and start painting in hairs, like eyebrow hairs basically. Just come in a little bit closer so you can see that a bit better. So you just want to make them a little bit haphazard, a little bit sort of organic looking. You don't want them to look too perfect because he is a monster after all. Just keep building those up until you get the desired effect. Eyebrows on fleek and we're on to the eyes. So just taking a Barry M thick kohl liner and filling in the eyes very, very messily. Again, you don't need to be tidy or precise with this because he's a monster. You're not trying to do a nice smoky eye. And then just smudge it in with your finger and just make it look all, you know, smudgy and monstery. If you do make a mistake, you can always go over with a little bit of white face paint like I did there. This is a great makeup for those of you who, you know, can't do anything too precise. If you're a bit cack-handed, or, you know, the dance equivalent of two left feet, two left hands. And then just stippling a little bit more white face paint underneath just to highlight the cheeks a little bit, because we all need a bit of highlight. Snack break. Taking my favourite colour for creating natural shadows, which is Margot by Laura Mercier, and also some Twilight Grey, and a very sort of stiff angled brush, And then we're just going to start creating all the lines, wrinkles, character, creases in the face. This look is very much about shading. It's a very theatrical look. And so I'm just doing some nose to mouth lines, some creases at the sides of the mouth to make the mouth look downturned because he's a sad monster, and a chin line. And then I'm just changing the shape of my nose a little bit too, creating some kind of pointy nostrils, and then shading underneath the nose too to make it look a bit more overhanging. And then I'm just using the darker colour. I was using Margot for all of those shadows, and I'm just going in with a darker colour to deepen up some areas, making my nostrils look a little bit wider and longer, a bit more monstery. A nice close-up for you there so you can see better what I'm doing. It's amazing how you can change the shape of the face with just shading alone, and you'll see what I mean when you see the result of this. And then just taking a fluffy brush and just smudging out those shadows to make them look a little bit more natural. See what I mean about how it changes the shape of the nose? Now you also want to make the nose look wider, so just shade down the sides of the nose further apart than your actual nose sides are, if that makes sense. So that when you look at it from the front, it looks like the shadows are further apart, so it makes your nose look wider. And then I'm just deepening up some areas of the crease in the face, the nose to mouth, and a little frown line there, because he's a sad monster and also an angry monster. Just keep blending until you're happy with those. And then I'm just smoking out under the eyes a little bit more with that same twilight grey that I used for the deeper parts of the shadows. And then taking some brown water-based paint, mixing it with a little bit of the white and just using that to try and blank out my lips a bit. Now I always have trouble when I'm doing a character that needs to have thin lips because I've got quite naturally full lips. If you've already got thin lips, you're one step ahead. Yeah, I do have trouble, but you can kind of blank them out. And then I'm just painting some black on the inside of my lips just to create further that illusion that I've got thinner lips than I actually have, and just to make my mouth look a bit more, you know, monstery. Taking some more black liquid eyeliner and that fine brush again, and just painting the creases he has around his lips. Just use a very light hand here, and you can always lean on a desk or dressing table if you need to steady your hand. And I'm just using that black just to deepen up any of the areas of the shadow that I feel need a little bit more oomph. Oomph, that's a good word, isn't it? And then just taking some more of that Margot, the lighter shadow shade, and just smudging that over those areas just to sort of, you know, shadow them out a bit, smudge them out a bit. I'm making up a lot of phrases here today, aren't I? And then just taking that black kohl liner from earlier and filling in the waterline, practicing my Frankenstein faces. And I'm adding some more character lines. He's got some kind of bags under his eyes and some lines going down his face. He's got a very characterful face. If you Google the 1910 Frankenstein, you should see what I mean. And then just smudging those out with that Margot shade again, with both a fluffy brush and a stiff angled brush to get a bit more colour in there. Now I'm taking the darker smoky grey. It was smoky grey, by the way, not twilight grey, I beg your pardon, that I'm using for the deeper shade of the shadows. Smoky grey. And I'm taking that smoky grey and just shading round the sides of the face just to add some depth and dimension. Now taking some more white on a brush and just creating some highlight points on the nose and on the chin and on the upper lip, on the cheeks and on the forehead and the brow bones. It's almost like a beauty tutorial. With time, and I'm using a dark brown wig, it's just a cheap one off the internet. Pinning that in place, pinning the fringe back, and then applying some kind of gauze, bandagey type stuff across the forehead because that's what he appears to be wearing in the pictures. Just pinning that into place, looking very Pirates of the Caribbean at present. Don't want to cover up those on fleek eyebrows. Just pin that loose tail at the back of the wig, and then a good bit of back combing. To add a final touch of monsteriness, take some black tooth lacquer, dry off those teeth and paint it on. Now, like a total donut, I somehow managed to eradicate the sound on the last bit, so I'll just say what I think I was saying at the time. So I think I'm saying this. So here's the finished look, beautiful weirdos. What do you think? My teeth are looking good, aren't they? I'm sure you're jealous of my teeth. I'm sure you want teeth like mine too, don't you? Yes, you do. I think I'm probably saying here, look at my scary Frankenstein poses, rah. Right, anyway, so if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe because there's plenty more of these tutorials where this came from. Oh, just showing off my hump there, my lovely lady hump. And talking about my costume, clearly, missed that bit out. My costume's just a mishmash of stuff. You just want to look like a bag lady, basically. So yeah, please subscribe, please give this video a big thumbs up because it helps me lots and lots and lots. And please don't forget to say if you spotted Edward, comment down below, say where you saw him and what costume he was wearing today. And I'm going to give a big thumbs up to you all, apparently. Love ya. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.